Hey everyone, it's John Brassard, Member of Parliament for Barrie-Innisfil. Thursday, February 2nd, it's Groundhog Day, and I'm really glad to hear that Wyerton Willie saw his shadow, which means we're going to have an early spring. And so some of you are probably wondering why we're doing this on a Thursday rather than a Monday. We made a decision that's probably best if we review what went on during the week as opposed to tell you what's coming up during the week, and that way we'll have a little more input on that, and I'm wondering what you think about that. I'd be anxious to hear if you could reply back whether you like the Thursday updates or the Monday morning updates. I know we get a lot of following. It's been a very busy week here in the House. A couple of questions in question period yesterday about the Prime Minister's trip to the Bahamas and the free trip that he took on the Aga Khan's helicopter, which is completely against the law in this country, and so I'm glad to hear that the Ethics Commissioner is looking into it. So we've been really asking a lot of questions with respect to that. I also spoke in the House this afternoon about the Liberals' plan to tax health and dental benefits. Now, I know the Prime Minister said yesterday that they weren't going to do it, but I think the events of the last couple of days and the backtracking on electoral reform really shows that you can't trust a lot of what this Prime Minister says. You know, the reality is when they were third party in the House of Commons, they made a lot of promises in the last election. You can do that when you're the third party, then you become the government and you have to live up to a lot of those promises. And we're seeing a real pattern of deceit now with the Liberal government. And on the issue of electoral reform, big news this week, they basically backtracked on that. And the reason why they backtracked is because they didn't get the answer they wanted. The Prime Minister stated that he wanted a ranked ballot system. The committee, the Electoral Reform Committee, really put a lot of water in its wine. They came together, they made a recommendation to the Minister of Democratic Reform. They weren't happy with it because it wasn't the recommendation that they were looking for, and they basically killed electoral reform. And what's really disturbing about that is that there were a lot of good MPs, particularly with the NDP party, who lost their seats in the last election because of strategic voting. And it's a real shame that the Liberals lied to many people who support the NDP and the Green Party, and many of you in Barrie-Innisfil as well. So, there's lots of stuff going on this weekend. I'm really looking forward to getting back in the riding. Of course, Winterfest is happening this weekend. Saturday, I'll be at the Lions Club spaghetti dinner. But that's it for now. Let us know what you think about these Thursday updates. Really anxious to hear from you. Thursday or Monday, that's the choice. I prefer to review, but if you want me to go back to Mondays and give you an update and a look ahead of what's happening in the week, I'll be glad to do that. That's it from Ottawa. Thanks everyone for your support, and we'll talk to you next Thursday, maybe.